Hey friends, just thought I'd do another quick update because it's easier than typing on my phone. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. I last spoke to you when I was just landed in Berlin. Since then I spent the better part of a week in Berlin, seeing the sights, catching up with some old friends and making some new ones. I had stayed at an old hostel that I stayed at 10 years ago called the Grand Hostel. That was really cool. Had met some really cool people there. Just went around the city. Checked out the wall again, checked out the museum that talks about all the things that the Nazis did. Not the most uplifting sort of museum to go to, but very interesting. It was very disappointing. I knew a bit about from previous visits, but just really disappointing about how there was just a real lack of punishment and consequences for a lot of the people that were involved with the Nazi regime. Like the Gestapo basically just joined the police force at the end of it. So I know they needed police, but there's just so many people that just got away with literally mass murder. So yeah, bit of a downer, but that was a very useful perspective to gain on the Holocaust. It's pretty cold in Berlin. Got down to about -8, I think, on the day I left. Went to the Technology Museum. If you're in Berlin, definitely check out the Technology Museum. Went to my favourite museum, the Game Museum. They seem to have expanded that with a bunch of new consoles, and they've got a bunch of arcade cabinets. So yeah, if you're in Berlin, definitely check out it's called the Computerspiele Museum. It's not that far from the centre of the city, short walk from an U-Bahn. So that was really cool. Flew out from Berlin, flew to London. I got caught by some lovely train strikes. So I stayed the night with my friends Anya and David, which was great. Catch up with them, had a bit of Indian for dinner. Then I caught the train the next day down from Paddington down to Penzance. Lovely delays. I think I was delayed by almost 2 hours, but that's life. Got to hang out with my friends Heather and Joe. They live in a small little village near Penzance called Porthleven. That was really lovely. We had some great weather while I was there. Went for some wonderful walks, it was just a really good time catching up. Joe and I get along really well. We went to uni together, and Heather's no exception. We always have a good chat between the three of us. Just staying in their cute little cottage, staying in the lounge room right next to the fireplace. She was a little bit cold at times, being that sort of out in Cornwall and that sort of area. It was lovely to be able to stay with them. Caught a train back that was actually on time, thanks National Rail. Caught a train back to London. Unfortunately, my friend Dave was a bit crook and a bit under the weather, so I decided to stay at a hotel, which is where I am now. Today I'm flying out from Gatwick to Munich, meeting up with my cousin and my uncle and auntie who are flying over from Australia. And then I'm going to spend Christmas with them, which is going to be absolutely wonderful. I'm so looking forward to a German Christmas. Then, as I think I mentioned in my last video, then going to catch up with my travel buddy Zinja for New Year's, then on to Vienna and hopefully catch up with a mate Stefan in Passau on the way home. But yeah, just having a few issues booking tickets. Gotta love technical issues. It's been an awesome time. Just trying to think what stories I can tell. So if you're ever traveling to London, I used to have an Oyster card, which is kind of like our Aussie New South Wales Opal cards. But you can now just use contactless. So if you've got a card that doesn't charge you international transaction fees, really helpful. So I've got my TravelWise card. So that's what it looks like. So you can just tap that, and that saves you buying an Oyster card because you really don't need it anymore. Just tap that, make sure you tap out so you get charged the right fare. Definitely book in advance for any long distance rail. Rail in the UK is very expensive. And if you're delayed by more than 15 minutes, there's a delay repay system that not many people know about. So I haven't claimed mine, but I might get up to 100% of my trip there down to Penzance back because it was just so massively delayed. And also because I had to rebook tickets and all that. Hopefully they'll give me 100%, but I should get at least 50% of my rail ticket back, which is 100 quid, which is like 200 Aussie dollars. So getting at least $100 back will really help pay for this hotel room. What else can I talk about? When you're in Berlin, I used the BVG app. I think it's BVG. It's on my phone. I can't use that right now. I used that, put their app on, and then bought a 7-day ticket. It's a lot cheaper and a lot easier because it meant that I could just jump on and off trains and U-Bahn and buses whenever I wanted, and trams. So it just covers you for all the, core zones in Berlin. So they've got A, B, C. Caught up with my friend Danny and Tim. They live in Wustermark, just out, but that's considered Zone C. So all I had to do there was buy an extension ticket. And then that let me just travel out there with my 7-day ticket, and I just topped it up with a 24-hour extension ticket. Berlin Airport, it's considered Zone C, so again, super cheap. Like I think it's €3.60 or something, and that will buy you a ticket for 2 hours, which will get you all the way out to the airport in Zone C. Berlin Airport, really struggling with security, so if you're traveling through Berlin, give yourself plenty of time for security. Just trying to think of what other travel tips I can give you. Yeah, it's been really good. Berlin was a lot colder than the UK. Had some, like, I think near 11-degree days in Porthleven. I had a Cornish pasty, so that was fun. Saw Avatar 2. Yeah, it's so-so with Joe, but yeah, just no, it's great. UK seems to have gone more cashless. Germany seems to have gone more cashless, but definitely you need cash in Germany. Definitely need cash in the UK, but less so. Yeah, I can't think of too much else to say, but I hope you're all doing really, really well. Just wanted to give you guys an update when I had a chance. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas if I don't speak to you beforehand. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I get back to Australia or when I get to visit you wherever you are in the world. Anyway, take care. Bye.